My consort eternal. A second nerf has hit Radon. Number 10 is the Divine Gate in Shadow of the Earth Tree. I hear you. The Divine Gate? I thought this was a list about doors, not gates. I raise the Cambridge Dictionary. A part of a fence or outside wall that is fixed at one side and opens and closes like a door. Which means that we got a door-like in our Souls-like. Ain't that just wonderful? Anyway, the Divine Gate is number 10 because of how disappointing it is. This door has the potential to be almost number 1 or a guaranteed number 2. But instead, it rests at number 10. And you might be asking, why? First of all, you can't even get up to it. I remember the first time I've beaten Radon, I wanted to walk up to the gate and see where it's gonna take me, or what kind of cutscene is gonna play now that I have conquered the expansion of this game. Turns out, nope, you can't do that. You just get a nice gate to look at from below. Second of all, I think it would be okay if they didn't want you to get to this door, but instead have a way you can interact with it, or just do something like closing it. But no, that doesn't happen either. And because of that, it's essentially reduced to just being eye candy. But even I have to admit, it's some really, really good eye candy because of Radon just standing there in such an imposing manner. If you take a closer look at the gate, you can tell that these are just an amalgamation of bodies. We can see this trope in other forms of media as well, such as Attack on Titan or Berserk. A character standing atop a mountain of corpses, which then symbolizes all the sacrifices that character has made in order to reach a goal that, in their view, is for the greater good. If we look at the significance of mountains in the Bible, they often represent encounters with God, and they are a link between heaven and earth. In the context of Elden Ring, Miquella achieves godhood right here, and if it wasn't for us, he would have succeeded in his age of compassion. Is it obvious why I love this silly door so much? There's just so many cool things about it, and the fact that we can't do anything with it makes me extremely disappointed. But anyway, let's move on to the next one. Before we talk about number 9, let's talk a little bit about remakes. I think that alone is gonna spoil the door, but anyway. Am I the only one who finds it kind of odd how almost every single game remake ends up being more of a reimagination rather than an actual one-to-one remake? Don't get me wrong, I love things like the FF7 remake, Persona 3 Reload, and the Resident Evil remakes, and so on. But I always prefer it when there are little to no changes done to the source material, which is why I have grown to appreciate the Demon's Souls remake. Now yes, I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's perfect. I don't like the art style, and I don't like the overall look of the characters. But at the same time, my god, I am glad, at least gameplay-wise, it's almost a one-to-one copy of the original, albeit with some minor quality of life features and a few small but noticeable additions added into the mix. Of course, I am talking about the Penetrator armor set door. I just think it's nice how, after 11 long years, it's been made possible to acquire what I believe to be the best set in the game. Visually, at least. It's just beautiful, what can I say? Almost as beautiful as Drangleic. The set, not the region. Number 8, on the other hand, is the door to Limgrave from the Stranded Graveyard. What makes this so special is the fact that up until this point, you've gotten no chance to actually look at the world around you. The fog at the Chapel of Anticipation conceals everything, like we are in Silent Hill. And after you wake up from the brink of death, you're in a cave with no visibility on the outside world. So of course, once you get out of that area, you are rewarded with one of the most satisfying moments in the game. I will never forget the first time I stepped into Limgrave, and to this day, Elden Ring remains one of my favorite open world games of all time. Number 7 also elicits emotion from the player, but this time we are dancing on a somber tune. Dark Souls 3, the door to the cathedral in Anor Londo. What once was the capital city of a prosperous land, Anor Londo, in its current state, is nothing but ruin. What makes opening this door so special is the fact that you have to traverse a large portion of the cathedral, and you end up seeing just how much things have changed ever since the last time you've been here. Also, there is no Anor Londo in Dark Souls 2, so that just makes you wonder what actually went down here during that time. It's okay though, I can't complain because I still enjoyed my time in Drangleic. The region, not the castle. Come on guys, are you seriously doing this again? Oh for fuck. With the number 6, we are still at Anor Londo. Not this one though. Let's go back in time a little bit. Just a bit more. Oh no, not that far. Oh my god, I can't let anybody see that. Jesus Christ. Okay, perfect. It's the door to Guinevere. Why exactly? Because we love and appreciate artistic liberty. Speaking of big things, number 5 is the stone door at Farron Keep. What makes this door stand out is the way you open it. You pretty much have to scour the area to find 3 flames that you have to light up. Once you're finished with that, the big door will open to you. Also, I really mean it when I say it's big. Seriously, this might possibly be one of the biggest doors in the series, and you know what? I'm here for it. It gets extra points for that alone. Besides the puzzle and the size, one thing I really like about it is the surrounding swords planted into the ground, with a bunch of candles lit up near it. I'm an absolute sucker for this kind of imagery, and I am never gonna get tired of it. This next door, or set of doors I should say, are arguably the most unique doors in the series. And to be honest, I am kinda surprised we haven't gotten anything like this ever again. We are going back to Drangleic for this one. The castle, not the region. Technically, we are going back to the region as well, but anyway. The doors in question are the ones that need to be charged with the souls of the deceased. Simple enough, right? The mobs awaken, you kill them, they die, and as a result, the door opens if you fuel it with the recently killed enemy. I really like this concept, and I think it's been underutilized. You end up unlocking a bunch of doors, some which have hidden loot, like this one, which leads to the cover armor of Dark Souls 2. On to the top 3. The bronze medal of the 3rd place goes to Dark Souls 2, and the door in question is none other than the trapdoor in the Last Bastille. Why? Because F you, that's why. I love this door for no reason other than the fact that its only purpose is to make you feel like a fool. Is it annoying? Yes. Is it something that shouldn't exist? Also yes. Is it extremely funny? Yes. I love you, trapdoor. Ancient legends have it written. Every time someone falls to their death, Yui Tanimura gains +1 year added to his lifespan. I want more games, Tanimura-san. On a more serious note, you can actually use this door as a shortcut, oddly enough. Now, I don't recommend it, but if you want to get to the Ruined Sentinels real quick, you can, in theory, use this door. It's just very risky. But hey, if I can make it work, anybody else can. Check me out, bro. Do you ever feel like you're worthless? Like you have no purpose? Or that no one ever thinks about you? In those moments, I beg of thee, remember that in Bloodborne, there is this one door that has no use whatsoever, so no matter what happens, you're better than this door. And keep in mind, this door is number 2 on the top 10 list, which must mean something, right? Anyway, this door cannot be opened. It's just there. Nobody's ever figured out how you're supposed to open it, interact with it, or what you are meant to do with it. It's just there. My friends, you need not fret. I'll see to it myself that today, this door shall be opened, and its secrets shall be revealed to everyone. Let's see what is behind it. A missive. Interesting. Oh no. This can't be. And number 1. Of course, it goes to the door shield of Dark Souls 2, Orma's and the Reeve's Great Shield. I wish a happy and a joyful life to whomever had the idea of making an enemy block a path using 2 massive shields, giving the illusion of it actually being a door. It's genius, and it encapsulates the idea that this door does not open from this side. I know it's technically a weapon, so maybe it shouldn't count as a door, but because it does have the functionality of one, you know, keeping everyone out of an area you want to preserve for yourself, then yeah, I think it's fine to count them in. They are also like super good, the weapons, I mean. Sure, they aren't exactly your ticket to easy mode, but they get the job done. On that note, if you want easy mode, just use Drangleic. The shield, not the region. But please, also use the door shield, at least once. If you don't want to use them in Dark Souls 2, then you can just use them in Dark Souls 3. They are actually a lot of fun there as well. But anyway, I will admit, I do have quite a bias here, because the door shields are some of my favorite weapons of all time in Dark Souls. Not counting Drangleic, of course. Not the region, not the castle, no, not the shield or the armor set, but the sword. Man, I don't know, but I kinda have a feeling that they really like that name. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm very sorry about my lower energy today. I'm starting to get pretty damn sick, and I thought I should maybe just get the voice recordings out before I end up pulling another 1 month hiatus. Jokes aside, thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you will have a great week ahead of you. And remember, I will see you again soon. Take care, everybody.
You may rest here too, if you like.